So, hello there.
And welcome to part 20 of the Ultimate Guide to Dark Souls.
So in this video we're going to be going through Lost Izalith, showing you both the Chaos Covenant shortcut and the standard way through Lost Izalith if you haven't joined the Chaos Covenant or you haven't met the humanity requirements, and we're going to show you how to save and how to kill Solaire, how to get the Sunlight Maggot in both situations, how to complete Siegmeyer's questline, and to show you the easy way of defeating the Lost Izalith boss, the Bed of Chaos, as well.
Yeah, so right now we are in the boss room for the Centipede Demon. Now, right now we are showing you the way into Lost Izalith, and if you want to do Solaire's quest,
don't go any further.
Don't go this way.
Yeah, go back towards the Fire Sage Demon boss room and take the left to go down to the Chaos Covenant doors if you've met the requirements. If you haven't met the Chaos Covenant requirements, then you cannot save Solaire.
Now, basically, you may want to come down here just to check to see if Solaire is here, but you do not want to rest at the bonfire or talk to Solaire or move on if you want to save him.
If Solaire's not at this bonfire, then something's gone wrong and you now cannot save him. One of his quest requirements hasn't been filled out, or one of the requirements to complete his quest through the different route has been fulfilled.
So there's a wee bit of a time lapse here, and we've moved back to the Daughter of Chaos bonfire. Now, basically, in this particular video that we shot this in, we didn't go that way. We done the Centipede Demon, but we didn't go into Lost Izalith and check for Solaire. So basically now what we are doing is we are going to the Chaos.
We were recording two separate campaigns throughout Dark Souls, one test build and one of the guide build. So every single area you've seen us do, we have done it literally moments before with a different build. Yeah. So if you see the feat change, the feat colour change is because we're changing between it's because we're switching between the test build and the guide build, and we figured the blue feat would be a much better indication of which build was which for where we're actually playing it, as opposed to just the load file. So grab that item and drop down here, and this is where the Chaos Covenant shortcut is throughout Lost Izalith.
We are rank 3 in the Chaos Covenant. If you want to know how to do that, rank 2, whatever rank
30 humanity, donate to the Chaos Covenant. It's time consuming as it is. If you do that, then
if you want to know how to do it, just look at the Blighttown guides, and then that should explain that.
Or if you want to save yourself the 30 humanity and you don't care about Solaire, you can go through Lost Izalith the standard way, and you can open the shortcut from the other side without the humanity cost.
Yeah, but you won't be able to save Solaire that way.
Exactly, so that's why I'm saying if you don't care about Solaire, then you can do it that way. But either way, you still want to come round this route, because there is a bonfire nearby through the Daughter of Chaos one, and there's also the Demon Ruins bonfire, and this bridge behind this wall has the only respawning Titanite demon in the game. So if you need Demon Titanite for your boss weapons or your unique weapons or anything like that, then there you go, there's just those Demon Titanite.
So to save Solaire, you want
to kill
these
that
bugs.
That one specifically.
Specifically this one, we got it first go.
The Sunlight Maggot is the bigger one, and it has golden eyes as opposed to red eyes, so look for that one. It glows slightly more than the others as well, so take that one out. You get the Sunlight Maggot, which is a headpiece,
and you'll have saved Solaire by doing that.
And that stops Solaire, because if you don't kill the Sunlight Maggot and you talk to Solaire, Solaire goes in search for his own son, finds the Sunlight Maggot, becomes corrupt and hollow, and of course you need to put him down, because that's what happens when they go hollow.
So that's basically if you go into Lost Izalith and talk to him and you come back here, he'll be hollowed and mental.
So information on the Sunlight Maggot. The Sunlight Maggot is a headpiece. It doesn't offer much in the ways of defense, but it is light, and if you haven't completed Tomb of the Giants at this point, then good news, the Sunlight Maggot will help you a lot, because the Cast Light Miracle and the Sunlight Maggot share the same properties, where they both present an aura of light around you. So as long as you get the Sunlight Maggot on, you'll have a field of light around you throughout Tomb of the Giants. Or you can use the Cast Light Miracle as we did and save yourself the trouble of going through Tomb of the Giants towards the end of the game.
So what you saw there was us walking into Lost Izalith. What you want to do is you want to walk into Lost Izalith and then quit out and come back, and then you want to walk back to where the Sunlight Maggot was, and Solaire will be there, and that was you officially saved Solaire.
Yep.
Now, when you come back here,
there's a Titanite lizard. That's the main reason why I quit out, I believe, is because we missed that Titanite lizard, but it still worked out, because I had to quit out for Solaire anyway.
No, you don't need to quit out. I think we walk in. This is what you do. Right, okay, sorry, we quit out because we wanted to get that
Titanite lizard.
The Titanite lizard, or the Crystal lizard, but to get Solaire, if you got the Crystal lizard first time, you want to run over to the bridge, go into Lost Izalith, and come back, and there's Solaire. And this means that we will now have Solaire to fight the end boss Gwyn.
And there's Solaire here looking rather glum as he realises that the son he was searching for has been killed. Was it all a lie? Have I done this all for nothing?
Well, see, here's the thing. At this particular point, I think that he's just came this far and he's not found anything. It's not necessarily the Sunlight Maggot, because I don't want to believe that Solaire's a fucking weirdo.
My son, my dear, dear son. He truly believes the sunlight maggot would have been the key to the happiness. Based on what his dialogue says here, the sunlight maggot would have been exactly what he's searching for. We've killed it, now it's gone. So he doesn't believe that it was true. Now that it's dead, it's lost its glow. So was it all a lie? Oh, my dear son, my dear son.
What should I do?
Solaire's dialogues and his entire story contradicts itself in a few ways and leads you into different paths and all that, but as Dark Souls in general is quite contradictory because of the English translation in it, and there's extra stuff in the Jap version, there's extra stuff in the US version as well, like extra item descriptions and stuff like that leads you down a much clearer route, whereas the UK's one's a little bit more convoluted, which is not exactly helpful.
So anyway, now we've done that, we are now going to show you how to get to the end boss via
Lost Izalith shortcut.
Yeah, so we're just going to go there. We're not doing the end boss at this point, we're going to leave that for a bit later on, we're just going to get to the boss for it.
And here's our friend the Titanite Demon, or the Prowling Demon. This guy has a lot more health, does a lot more damage, and is a little bit more tanky than most other Titanite Demons in the game.
But he respawns.
He does respawn, so he's an infinite source of Titanite Demon because they will always drop Demon Titanite.
Yeah,
they will always drop Demon Titanite, and of course if you want the Titanite catch pull, then here's the best way to get it, is quite simply this guy. So using Fire Whip again, because Fire Whip is beast, because as you see there we get hit once but only one charge of Fire Whip dropped and it was still full damage.
Exactly. So obviously Pyromancy is quite easy enough to take that guy down with, so that is a good way of getting the Demon Titanite that you need. So
also, as far as I'm aware, that demon will always drop a minimum of 2 Demon Titanite at a time as well. So it's a very quick way to farm. Yeah,
definitely. So moving on.
And we'll have more demonic statues down here for us to fight on the way to the boss.
Yeah. This part of Lost Izalith is actually really quite easy. The enemies do not pose a challenge at all. These are probably the least threatening enemies in the entire game.
3 hits from a halberd, and
it's actually 2 if you double hand the halberd as well. So
which doesn't make sense because 2-handing is strength scaling, but lightning weapons have no stat scaling anyway.
Even if you 2-hand a non-scaling weapon, you still get a damage buff. I don't know why that is.
The 2-hand is supposed to be the strength scaling because it gives you an extra 50% strength. So if you're sitting on 20 strength, if you 2-hand, it has the same effect of having 30 strength. So yeah, that's the point. So make sure you're human here because this is the last Kirk invasion that's available.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to be human, and this means that we can complete Kirk's quest as well.
And Kirk isn't exactly difficult either. I mean, 2 pokes from the halberd should see him dead probably, provided we hit his shield there, but maybe 3 pokes. But yeah, 3 pokes from the halberd should be more than enough to kill him, especially if you get a +5 halberd, or you can take the simpler route and use pyromancy, but he rolls around a bit, and if you've got no poise, he'll bounce you out.
Now that we've done this, if you want to collect Kirk's armour, just go to the
Daughter of Chaos bonfire.
Yeah,
there's where the bonfire is, where you spawn into the bonfire when you warp there, behind you, so not when you're facing
basically the opposite side from the entrance into
it. And right at the back,
you'll see the little like floaty white fire thing for
you see the indication there's an item at the end of the end of the corridor, and you'll also find a corpse there as well that wasn't there previously, but that is Kirk. And now that that's there, I can explain why Kirk is there. Kirk isn't a Dark Wraith, Kirk is a Chaos Servant, although he's called Dark Wraith Kirk. It's what he was known as, a Dark Wraith, but after Quailag's sister went down to Blighttown to try and cure them of all their disease and stuff like that, Kirk found it in his heart, apparently, just to join her side and collected humanity to feed to Quailag's sister so that she can sustain, so that she'll be able to sustain and keep her cause going and continue to drain Blighttown, because as she was draining Blighttown she was making herself more and more sick, she was dying. So Kirk decided to fight the good fight by the look of it and collected humanity for Quailag's sister.
So we are going to be doing the Lost Izalith the conventional way. It's actually surprisingly quick.
It's super easy. There's a bunch of bounding demons, but you don't even have to fight a single one of them.
And
you can get past the entire
It's not even
area.
worth fighting them due to how the amount of health they have and the amount of souls they give. You might as well just run past them.
And there is 27 of them.
And they're huge and shit, so you really just don't bother with it.
So here's the bonfire here. Now that we've saved Solaire, Solaire's not going to be here. If you've got to this bonfire before saving Solaire and Solaire isn't here, then Solaire's dead. You just have to go and get the sunlight. Something's happening in the story mode. Check the wiki to make sure you followed this storyline perfectly. You've not overstepped anything, nothing like that. So just make sure. And of course, because wikis are community edited as well, definitely look up a few Solaire questline videos on YouTube. Make sure you follow them exactly as well, just to be safe. So at this point we're going to take off our dark wood grain ring and we're going to put on our orange charred ring, because we now have to traverse lava.
Now, if you're not using the Ring of Favour and Protection, we suggest using the Ring of Fog as well, because that means that you don't need to use the spell that we're going to be using, which is the Hidden Body spell.
Yeah, because Ring of Fog's a permanent hidden body and is broken and the most ridiculous ring in the game.
And because we can't use Ring of Fog, because we've got Ring of Favour and Protection on Charge Ring on, we are going to be using the spell. Now, it's quite handy that we put our intelligence up to 14, so these spells are actually ridiculously helpful late game.
We've also sped this bit up a little bit, because
it's just
to 1.5 or 6 times, just because there is a lot of travelling and we are showing you some scenery. So these are the bounding demons. What you'll notice is that these are the bottom half of the eternal dragons. You remember it from Painted World of Ariamis, the one that you jumping attack. It's the bottom half. These bounding demons are the bottom halves of the eternal dragons that are left behind throughout the world. Like the ones that
dragons.
the ones that are in Valley of the Drakes, the one that's in Painted World of Ariamis. Those ones there, these are the bottom halves of them. So
who knows what happened to the top? So
Lost Izalith, I'm assuming, is some sort of hell.
Now, if you follow this route exactly, you won't actually.
You don't even need hidden body.
They do have a very small aggro range, which is good. Now.
We're only popping hidden body at this point because demonic statue's there and we really just cannot be bothered with them.
Better safe than sorry, essentially. Now there's a box in here with obviously a Soul of a Great Hero, so you want to pick up that and then you want to just continue on. Now, hidden body doesn't last for very long, so you need to keep check that you're using it, but with hidden body you can get pretty much directly next to these things and they won't even attack you.
Yeah, you want to run up this way as well because there is a soul packet up the top of here, and for those of you who do want to kill all of these things, at the top of this tower, if you've got a bow on you, you can pull them all in at the bottom of the tower. They will proceed to do their jumping attacks, and these are some of the very few enemies in the game whose damage actually hits the other ones around them, so you can end up having the entire lot of them fighting amongst themselves and killing each other off so that you're left with one, and you will get all the souls for it regardless.
So look out for that not invisible wall, but a fake wall, and get this bonfire, because this is incredibly helpful if you get
yeah, it's really close to the boss. It's got really simple routes all the way up to the boss, so so long as you're on Shard Ring. Remember as well, although you're taking less damage,
you're still taking a little bit of damage.
Yeah,
now
that's
there's some secret items back here which people always seem to forget about.
So that's why we have hidden body, so we don't aggro any of the prowling, not the prowling demons, the bounding demons. And so that's Divine Blessing. 2
Divine Blessings.
So yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, remember on this, although you're wearing the orange charred ring, you are taking less fire damage towards your health. Your armour is still taking the same amount of damage, so remember to repair your armour as well whenever you go along any of these areas, because the lava really rips your armour apart in terms of durability incredibly quickly. So yeah, just make sure you repair everything. So that you get everything up as close to full as you can for the Bed of Chaos boss, who is literally one of the most ridiculous bosses in the game. Not ridiculous in the sense that they're tough, ridiculous in the sense that it's just pointless.
It's very gimmicky.
The very few of you that may have played Demon Souls who are still watching this and don't know what we're talking about, for whatever reason, if you played Demon Souls and then didn't get Dark Souls, but the dragon, was it the dragon god that was like, it wasn't the dragon god.
Like that.
It was where you have to run to the left, break down the chain, run to the right, break down the chain, run down the middle, and then just fight them there. Unlike that one there in Demon Souls, this one is literally break the orb on the left, break the orb on the right, run down the middle, and then hit them once, as opposed to an actual just keep hitting them for damage. Unlike the boss in Demon Souls.
We have a really great strategy for doing that. So obviously we're continuing on to the next part of Lost Izalith, and we are.
This item here, I didn't know was here until we were doing this guide, this video Wikipedia, as we'll call it, I suppose. But so I didn't know that was there.
Hidden little soul packets, but obviously every little helps, and it's just good to know everything really.
200 souls could be all you need to hit level 120. 200 souls could be all you need to get from level 119 to level 120, so your build is PvP optimised essentially. So be human here, as we've said already, so you can take on the Daughter of Chaos, the last remaining Daughter of Chaos after you killed Quilana, and of course Kirk. So we're just showing you this bit again because for those of you that have skipped ahead, you can see what it's like.
Exactly.
And of course down here to the left, past this other octopus
and
thing.
you got the barbed straight sword off Kirk there as well.
Yeah, so barbed straight sword's really good very, very low requirements, good damage at Chaos +5, and inflicts not a great amount of bleed, but it's still bleed nonetheless. So if you're using it in PvP, you know what it's like. Yeah, as soon as you see that bleed bar filling up, you need to stop blocking and start avoiding attacks, so it causes your opponent to really switch it up. And I suppose at this point it's going to be...
There's another few items to get.
Yeah.
Now there's a tricky item, a couple of items.
This is difficult to get, this item. There is an item down here that's rather hard to get because you have to drop off a branch. This one here is rather difficult to get, so just be careful. Quite a few times when we were trying to attempt this, we fell off throughout the testing phases of this. So we're going to be hopefully incredibly lucky, and if I'm right, we didn't actually fuck it up.
We didn't get it, so we're just going to speed up, go around again until we get it.
So as you can see there,
so we get it this time, and obviously we're in a bit of a better position, so we're just checking around for more items, and we're going to go back up. So if you get stuck down there, you can just roll jump.
Yep, and you can do it here as well. And now at this point, it is a bit of a pain to get this item, I'm not going to lie. You may have trouble with it, you have to be incredibly careful. That's why we like the halberd as well, because it doesn't have a step or anything like that with its light attack, so we're not really worried about being pulled off.
And then you need to run and jump up there, and it's not even worth it because it's just a shitty rare ring of sacrifice.
It's just a rare ring of sacrifice, you don't even need it anymore, because there's no more you have to die at this stage areas in the game, so you don't even need it. And we just hit that guy for the sake of it, just because of getting in the way.
We didn't even kill him.
We don't even need to, it doesn't matter. These guys are literally so pathetically weak at this level that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, especially if you've got like a decently upgraded weapon or something with decent scaling.
Any weapon that's at max rank, which should be more than enough at this stage.
So there isn't a whole lot in Lost Izalith. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing, as far as I'm aware, is the Sigmare's quest. Now, our video fucked up a little bit here, so please forgive us. It's if you just do what we say, it's very obvious where we are. If you
while recording, we ran out of hard disk space, so we had to quit out as it was getting low.
And then when
we did delete some videos and then record again, and some of it didn't record basically. So we will inform you on the best way to complete Sigmare's questline as it's shown. But yeah.
So basically.
Wait till we get to there before we explain it, because I think we've still to kill Solaire.
I don't know if we do that quite yet.
I think we run back and get Solaire into Sigmare. I can't remember. So this is us having to quit out here, I believe, due to the fact that we were running out of hard disk space.
So if you walk forward from here,
the floor will drop.
The floor drops down, and you'll drop down, and there'll be another hole in
just
the floor.
Walk straight forward, don't walk towards the item, because if you walk towards the item you end up in a pit down below, and you immediately fail Sigmar's questline. You just want to walk slowly off the edge. There's going to be 4 of these guys down here. You want to kill 3 of them, and you want to bring that one down to as little health as possible, and then you're going to go talk to Sigmare, who's right across that gap.
So you literally fall straight down into this area, and there's the hole in the floor. So please forgive us. I'm sure you'll be smart enough to fill in the gap here, because you'll recognise the area. Just look through the floor, use your bow and arrow to kill 3 of those things, and bring the other one down into as low health as you can.
Try and get it at least lower than about a 5th or a 6th of its health. Get it incredibly low, so that when Sigmare goes in, he can just run in and he can one-shot it. Because in order to basically pass Sigmare's questline, if you fall into this pit, you immediately lose Sigmare's questline, because the point in this is that Sigmare is now going to rescue you. So he's going to run in, he's going to kill these things for you so you can escape safely, to repay you for all the times you've killed the enemies he has to face, so that he can escape safely. So you want him to go down and kill them. You don't drop into the pit either until he's killed them. Just don't do anything until Sigmare's killed them. Once Sigmare's killed them, you drop down, talk to Sigmare, and he'll go back to Firelink Shrine. Or he goes back to sleep. He goes back to sleep, and when you go back to Firelink Shrine, you'll talk to his daughter Zieglund, who will inform you that he's moved to Ash Lake, and we will cover that at the end of the video, and we'll show you the dramatic end to Sigmare's questline and how bullshit it is.
We are very sorry if this has been confusing or anything, but just to reiterate, you walk forward, you'll fall through the platform, you'll instantly see this hole in the floor.
Kill 3 of them. Make sure one of them is left with very little health. Talk to Sigmare. You need to wake him up, of course, because he's always fucking sleeping. And then he will, of course,
jump down and start fighting.
He'll just get this surge of courage, and he will decide to just basically rain onion hell upon them. So, it's essentially what Sigmare does. He runs in and he just swings his Y.
Now, if you do this wrong, somehow he will give you the speckled stoneplate ring here, and the quest will not continue.
If you get the speckled stoneplate ring, you've failed Sigmar's questline. To put it incredibly
that
simple.
that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, if you do what we do, you leave one of them alive with rather little health, and Sigmar can pop in. Do not poison them. Just use standard arrows. Take about as many as you can afford. Take 999 if you can. Just take them all and just pop away at them until you've brought them down to very low health. Don't use poison, because poison ticks over time, and you have to talk to Sigmar, which means that they might die by the time he's poisonous. So
here he goes.
don't even jump in. So he's got tons of health anyway.
Yeah, look, I'd say they do quite a lot of damage to him, but he does a lot of damage to them. Now there's
perish foul creatures.
There is like a secret one here which you don't really notice.
You don't. It's only the ones that are right at the bottom of the pit that you need to worry about. The ones that are around in different corridors, that's fine.
This last one here. Now we were really scared here because we thought that he was going to die.
Should also mention as well, the reason why you want to bring him down to low health as possible is that in order to pass Sigmar's questline, he has to take down the last of these monsters, and he has to be above 50% health, which is why you bring him down to as little as possible so you can kill them incredibly quickly so that he'll never drop below 50%. If he drops below 50%, you get the speckled stoneplate ring, quest over. If he's above 50%, you jump down, talk to him, he doesn't give you anything, and the next time you return to Firelink Shrine, his daughter will tell you that he's moved on to Ash Lake. So make sure you follow this down to the letter. Make sure it's exact what we've done.
If you really must and you really want to do this, go on the wiki and do it. But obviously we're trying to bring the wiki to you in a lovely video form. So
and this is the third Titanite slab that is available in game.
Yeah.
Without luck drop, basically this is the third available Titanite slab. Or well, it would be the second of 3 because the third one's DLC. So we've saved them once again, because we've dropped down to talk to him, I think.
But this is totally fine.
I'd love to have that sort of...
just be able to sleep instantly.
Just be able to fall asleep standing up immediately at will.
So,
just, darling, I feel like quite the nap. You're going to go to sleep, there's nowhere for you to lie down. Pish posh, I don't need no bed. I shall stand and sleep like a man. But yeah.
Now we've sped up this bit because we're walking about in the sludge. Now obviously if you want to speed this bit up, you can wear the rusted iron ring, and that will help your navigation.
Yeah, you can sprint through this area much quicker because
if you want to know the rusted iron ring, to get that, look at either the end of the depths video or the asylum video, and that'll tell you how to get that.
Also, just as we said, before the game quit out on us and we appeared before Sigmar, what we were going to say is the item I told you not to walk towards, it was on the left, that is it there. It's the soul of a brave warrior. What happens is when the item drops, it falls down into the pit. When the floor
you don't
drops,
want to fall into the pit.
That's the lure, so that when you go for the item, the pit will fall.
If you follow our directions exactly, this will be how to get the red Titanite slab.
This is the main room. Use this as your central port of navigation, much like you would Firelink Shrine. So you want to go left and left again,
left and round,
and then to the right. And here we have the red slab.
This is like, you could consider this as the back wall essentially. Now, if you can go left or right here, and this will take you to stairs that lead, at least I think so,
up to a different area.
Yeah.
What I should mention as well, red Titanite slab is for Chaos plus 5 and or Fire plus 10. So there's only one of them available in the game at this point. There is a second one available in the DLC, I believe. I cannot remember for the life of me where it is.
So but if you come around this way, also this would be when you're at the wall of the red Titanite slab.
So
so when you're coming back from red Titanite slab, you took a right. This will lead you not out, but it leads you to another red Titanite chunk. If you take take the left from the red Titanite slab, that will take you out.
Yeah, so you have to go up the opposite staircase.
We ended up walking about for ages. We ended up getting lost somehow. So that was us at the same.
So just follow this. So we come downstairs, take a left, take a right, go back to your go back into this little alleyway here, and continue straight on past the alleyway. That little alley on the left there was where the red slab was. You want to go right past that, jump back into the centre point, and instead of going to the right to where the demons were that you helped Sigmar kill, you're just going to take a left instead. And that's us here. There's a branch you're going to want to walk up, this one here. And what you're going to want to do, instead of coming off this branch and taking the right, which looks like the more... it just looks like the correct route, you're going to take a left instead and walk up here. and the item has of course fallen down to the depths below, which would have been your brave soul, your brave warrior soul. So that's how you complete Sigmar's questline.
So now we are
at this
off
point
to get. Now, if you've skipped ahead and you didn't watch the beginning of the video, this will be. This is essentially what happens if Solaire goes
dies.
crazy. So
Yeah,
if you don't
goes
save
hollow.
Solaire, this is where his quest will end.
Now, if the entire purpose of the going round this way for you is just to get the Sunlight Maggot, then even if Solaire does go hollow, it's fine. When you kill Solaire, you get the Sunlight Maggot. If Solaire survives, you need to kill the Sunlight Maggot before Solaire gets there, and you get it anyway. So it doesn't matter. This item, you will always get a chance to get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, however, I have managed to get 2 because Solaire has went crazy, but the game has glitched and the Sunlight Maggot is still running around anyway.
Huh.
And I've picked up a Sunlight Maggot from it, and I've picked up the Sunlight Maggot from Solaire as well, along with his armour set. So
Well, that sure is weird.
yep, the game's crazy. So here's your Crystal Lizard that we've already taken out. So this is us just showing you, this is back where we fought to get the Crystal Lizard, and as you
Yeah,
can
so
see,
there is a Crystal
everything's
Lizard here
alive.
for some reason.
Yeah, this is where it sort of screwed up on us, and we had to come back. So we took out the Titanite Lizard and we left Solaire there. We ran away, so we lost the aggro because we wanted to do this after the Sigmar questline. But this is essentially it. So just be careful because Solaire does pack quite a punch, as you can see.
Yeah, he's not. Obviously, any humanoid enemy is quite easy, but long
Yeah.
swords and broadswords and stuff have quite a fast attack pattern. So he's actually proven to be.
More so long swords than broadswords. Broadswords are a little bit slower, but a little bit more damaging. But
I'd
the
say the long
sunlight,
sword's better,
the
but
sunlight straight sword is brilliant. Anyway.
Yeah, it is a very good weapon. Now the stuff
got
you get
good
off him,
scaling.
like all his equipment is like basic equipment, but it all has like above average stats.
His shield's good. It is a little bit more on the heavy side for a medium shield, but it does have good stats. It's got decent scaling if you want to use it as a weapon as well for whatever reason. But I mean, it has got good stats. The sunlight shield at plus 15. It really does. It outdoes most other medium shields.
Aside
I think
from the Balder shield.
only the Balder shield and the Black Knight shield beat it as far as I'm aware. And the Sunlight Shield levels up via standard Titanite chunks as well,
So
the same as
you
the
get
Balder
the
shield.
Sunlight Talisman, which is ever so slightly better
The
than
best,
the Canvas
yeah.
Talisman.
It's ever so slightly the best talisman in the game, is it not?
Yeah, only if you are like 43 faith, then
Yeah.
becomes better than the.
At
Canvas.
45 faith, it probably has about an extra 5 magic adjustment on
Yeah, something like
the canvas talisman or
So
the ivory talisman.
That is us got. That is all the items in Lost
Yeah.
Izalith at this point. So now we are off to fight the boss, and we're going to cheese the absolute fuck out of it, just like the developers done with giving us this fucking boss to do.
Yeah, this boss was literally in here for no other reason than, from what I can figure out anyway, this boss was here for no other reason than just to take up time because it's pointless. The boss is incredibly luck based,
Unless you're as unbelievably skilled as Stephen here, who done it flawlessly in one go.
Yeah, so flawlessly I managed to gloat while I was killing it in the middle. But the point is that this boss
this is
is
how you do it
insanely
easy.
Yeah, just watch this. Exactly what we do. It's perfect. We do not use any special editing or anything like that to show you. So this
Yeah.
is all just one perfect raw video file footage. We haven't touched it. We haven't sped it up.
Except from when he quit out, he accidentally selected the wrong save file, so
Yeah.
we cut that bit out. That is literally it.
But that's it. What you want to do is, as soon as you land, most people run to the left. Don't run to the right, and I'll explain why. On the left, there is a place where you can't be hit, so you're going to need a bow and arrow for this section. So make sure you get that. So you run straight to the right, get your shield up when he swings his arms, so you can just continue on your merry way. Balder shield, of course, with its beast and stability.
Yeah, exactly. So the high stability shield you've got is like armor and poise mean nothing for this. It's
You want stability, yeah. You want to lose as little stamina as possible when blocking those swings because you need it to roll through the branches.
Exactly.
So once you've taken this out, he will then, the bed of chaos will then spawn the first claw or scythe, and as soon as that happens, you're gonna want to quit your game. Yep, quit your game, because when you quit in the middle of a boss fight, you appear in front of the boss fog. So what that does is, instead of you running from the left all the way round to the right, instead of you running from the right side all the way around to the left side, try to dodge more swipes, stuff like that, what you can do instead is quit, get to the boss fog, and you will slide back down the ramp, land perfectly in the centre, and then run to the left. You're going to need a bow for this part. You can go back to the bonfire. Going back to the bonfire will not reset anything in the boss room, which is amazing, because if you've taken out the right side, if you go to a bonfire, the right side will still be gone upon your next entry to the boss room. So come back with your bow, and you're going to want to go to the exact same spot that I go to on the left, because it is an area where the Bed of Chaos cannot hit you no matter what. Put on your bow, put on as many arrows as you can, and just keep firing towards the last orb. So
and
we're
also
putting on
the hawk
the
ring
hawk.
can
Yeah,
be useful for this as well.
the hawk ring extends the range of your bow, which means your arrows go further, which is even better because I think we're using the compound.
The composite bow.
Yeah, the composite bow.
Whatever bow we've got.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think we have all the bows in that, but we don't have the stats to use them.
The composite bow does the most damage based on our stats anyway, because they're incredibly basic, so it doesn't matter. But the point is, that's the one we're using, and we're going to bolt round to the left because that's the last orb we need to take out. And of course, once again, once you've taken out this orb, you're going to quit out and appear back in the boss fog, just because that's exactly what you're going to want to do. So you want to run past, and you can see this branch here on the left that's sort of angled. You want to run underneath that as the floor gives away, and you're going to stop here,
and
right here,
because of the
and
route
we show you that you can't be hit, and of course the route you take as well stops you falling, whereas if you run from the right side all the way around to the left, the floor falls gradually, and it ends up the only safe route is the inner circle, which is where the sweeping claws can knock you about pretty quickly. So you're just going to want to aim here. There is this branch in the centre, and you're going to want to aim to the left and to the right of that, a few arrows away. So as long as you're breaking branches with your arrows, you're doing it right. So a couple of arrows later, and boom, there you go, you've got that. And of course, the second one spawns in. Now the Bed of Chaos has its Firestorm ability, so there is nowhere it cannot hit you.
Nothing but net.
Exactly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to quit out, back to the boss fog, and we're going to run right down the middle. Make sure you have your high stability shield on.
Stability is ridiculous.
It doesn't even matter. Put on anything, any weapon you want, as long as it's not a bow. Put on any melee weapon you want. You want to hit it once you want to hit it, and it kills it immediately.
Now
so
you probably want to not be fat running or anything. You want
fast roll, definitely.
Yeah,
you want to get there as
fast.
quick as you can. This is the part that I'm saying is incredibly luck based, because it can sweep you off and you can fall through some of the cracks in the floor. So just keep going at it. It doesn't matter how many tries it takes, you just keep doing it. If you've got the Lost Izalith shortcut, you get there in a matter of minutes. If you haven't got the Lost Izalith shortcut, then the last bonfire you rested at will be in Lost Izalith, which is only a few feet away.
We're also
anyway.
using the Chloranthy ring and stamina regen, which means that when you block, you've got enough stamina quickly getting back. So
yep, while blocking, your stamina, and the Chloranthy ring gives you an extra 40% stamina recovery.
Or something like that anyway.
It basically means that your stamina recovers 40% quicker, so it's even better. So we're going to slide in here, and as you can see, Firestorm on the ramp, so that gives way to that. Now the Bed of Chaos will Firestorm once every 30
straight up the
seconds.
middle, otherwise the other bits of the floor.
And get ready to block. Keep an eye on the arms.
Block left.
And then just run slightly to the right and just walk off this. Just don't roll.
That little bit there, that's specific.
I cannot stress how much you just have to just walk off, and be careful when going up this branch as well, because the twigs that form the beard can knock you off it. It's done it to me a few times. It's a pain in the ass, but yeah, you just gonna want to keep rolling. It's quite long. Don't stop for anything, because the Firestorm will hit you at any time, and if the Firestorm hits you, then there's a good chance you'll die. Yeah, so it can hit you here.
You want to make sure you hit this thing like as soon as you can, because I one time was like, oh look, I done Bed of Chaos, ha ha ha, and I got Firestormed and I had to do it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
simple.
Really bloody irritating.
Simple. But yeah, so the Bed of Chaos, here is where I dropped the lore on you. The Bed of Chaos, that one that we just hit right there, that was the Witch of Izalith, the Queen of Izalith, the mother of the Pyromancers of Izalith. The orbs on the left and right are two of her daughters. So what that means is the Lord Soul consumed her, and she then consumed two of her daughters to keep herself power, to basically keep fueling the power. And of course, because this is so close to Ash Lake, the power, of course, that the Witches of Izalith gained, went into the everlasting trees, and of course this is where Bed of Chaos got its shape. Alright, so at this point in the game, I believe it's soul packet time.
Yeah, so we're just popping our souls, and although we are well beyond comfortable having stats where we can comfortably complete the game, we didn't want to waste anything we have, so we just pumped it all in endurance and stuff, and then we end up wearing like some more armour and things.
So at this point as well, the last thing to do in the game before taking on Gwyn and or doing the DLC is to finish Sigmar's questline. So we're going to warp now. Well, we're going to talk to Sieglinde first. She will tell us that our fathers went on one more journey, and we're going to warp to the Stone Dragon at Ash Lake, because Sigmar's questline has come to a tragic end, shall we say. And at this point, I'm going to fill you in on some details where basically why this has happened. So from the very beginning of the game, since running into Sigmar, you've been helping him, and he knows this, and to a warrior of Katarina, their fighting spirit and their ability to get themselves out of situations has always been priority number one, essentially. But because you've been doing that for Siegmeyer, he's lost that. He hates it, and essentially it's driven him to go hollow. So
It's basically he's an adventurer, and
yeah, we've basically just basically drained him of all his adventuring spirit.
it's pretty much the
everything
thing
like
that made
yeah.
him. We've
His lust for adventure and travel, we've just took it from him, and now of course, I mean, we had no idea, we were doing it out of just the best intentions, you know, this guy's really nice, we're going to try and help him, but that unfortunately sealed his fate, and now of course he's went hollow, and as you can see here, Ziegland has, well,
killed him. So
yeah.
we're gonna let you hear it.
My father, all hollow now, has been subdued. He will cause no more trouble. It's finally over. I will return to Katerina. You assisted us both greatly. I can hardly return the favour, but please accept this. It's of no use to me now. Oh, Father. Dear Father. Oh, Father. Dear Father.
So yeah, fuck Dark Souls, but now that this is done, there's very little left for us to do. The only
just
thing
miss
is
him so much.
go in.
Yeah,
And-
go in, and the DLC of course.
So in the next video of
will
this series
be
will
DLC.
be the first part of the DLC.
Yep, which in the first part, a nice double take for you. We're going to take down both the Sanctuary Guardian and Artorias flawlessly, of course, because I'm on controls. So, yeah, so we'll see you guys in the next video, and of course, we'll be able to basically go through the entire DLC and grab everything. An experience for both us and you, I
So I
suppose.
hope you enjoyed this, hope it was helpful. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Don't forget your onion, bro.
Bye guys.